What if the only person who could save your entire company was your 7-year-old daughter? Marcus Ellison had everything: power, control, success. But the moment his quiet little girl whispered 7 words to him inside his office, everything unraveled. "There is a camera in your office." What she revealed would reveal a conspiracy designed to destroy him from within. Listen until the end to find out, because what happened next will leave you speechless. Please also let us know which country you're listening from. Please also subscribe to our channel. Marcus Ellison wasn't used to disruptions. The rhythm of his mornings had been polished to perfection. Gym at 6, coffee by 7, and in his office on the 8th floor of Lakeview Financial Tower by 8:30 sharp. But today was different. The nanny, Sandra, had called off last minute. No backup, no options. So for the first time ever, Marcus brought his daughter Amelia, Mia, to work. 7 years old, solemn-eyed and wiser than her years, Mia said nothing as they rode the elevator. Clutching her tablet and a case of colored pencils, she sat quietly in the corner of his glass-walled office while the city of Chicago came to life outside. As Marcus immersed himself in performance charts and investor decks, he barely noticed Mia, but she noticed everything. The way people glanced too quickly at her father's door. The way a man in a gray tie lingered by the hallway thermostat. The subtle hums from the ceiling vents that pulsed unnaturally. Mia didn't interrupt, not until exactly 10:43 a.m. She walked up to her father's desk, her soft footsteps unnoticed in the buzz of the office. Without drama or hesitation, she looked up at him with eyes too serious for her age. "There is a camera in your office," she whispered. Marcus froze. Her words echoed in his mind like gunshots in an empty hall. "What did you say, Mia?" But she had already turned and gone back to her corner, calmly returning to her sketch of waves crashing under a dark sky. Everything after that moved in slow motion. Meetings continued, signatures were given. People spoke to him, but he heard none of it. That whisper had torn a hole in his controlled world. That night, after Mia had fallen asleep on the office sofa, Marcus moved like a shadow through his office. He locked the glass door, drew the blinds, and powered down the main network. He slid his chair closer to the desk and logged into the internal server. He combed through lines of data and network activity logs, scanning for anomalies, but nothing appeared out of place. For a moment, doubt crept in. Maybe Mia had imagined it. Maybe he was letting paranoia take over. Still, something inside him wouldn't rest. Switching to the backup system, he accessed archived network records, encrypted logs, and past traffic traces. That's when he saw it, a steady spike in outbound data that had no business being there. With shaking hands, he traced it back to its source, a node in the ceiling. He climbed onto a chair and removed one of the ceiling tiles near the vent. Hidden inside was a sleek, narrow device no larger than a fountain pen, mounted with meticulous care and disguised as part of the HVAC unit. A camera, broadcasting in high definition, streaming to an encrypted external server routed through layers of dummy corporations in Belize. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't corporate espionage. It was something far more sinister. Someone had planned this for months. Someone had been watching him, recording him, and it wasn't random. It was a setup. Someone wanted him ruined. He knew instantly who was behind it. Alan Bristow, the CEO of a rival tech consulting firm, polished on the outside but ruthless in boardrooms. 6 months ago, he had walked into Marcus's office with a handshake and a smile, offering what he claimed was a mutually beneficial merger. But Marcus had seen through the flattery. Bristow was hungry for control, not partnership. When Marcus declined, things shifted almost overnight. Bristow didn't just retreat, he retaliated. Slowly, methodically, he began poaching key clients from Marcus's portfolio. He hired away junior staff, launched targeted ad campaigns to undercut contract bids, and began planting whispers in the industry. Rumors, doubts, headlines that didn't quite accuse but always questioned. Now the discovery of the camera pulled it all into focus. This wasn't casual surveillance, it was surgical. Designed for one purpose: sabotage. The device wasn't just gathering footage, it was building a narrative. Bristow wanted to manufacture a scandal, piece together edited clips, leak a doctored video through anonymous channels, spark speculation, let it spiral. And when the damage was done, Marcus's name would be synonymous with controversy, not credibility. He didn't just want to beat Marcus in business, he wanted to erase him. Marcus didn't sleep that night. By 6 a.m. he was back at the office. He ordered the IT department to sever all external connections, reset credentials, and install end-to-end encryption. Then, without warning, he summoned the entire staff. No one was spared. Not his assistant, who had loyally managed his calendar for nearly a decade. Not the engineers who'd built the company's core infrastructure from the ground up. Not even the executive who had once walked door to door with Marcus pitching investors in the firm's earliest days. It didn't matter how long they'd been there, or how close they had once been. Trust had been breached. Even the smallest crack could now sink the ship. Marcus couldn't afford uncertainty, couldn't gamble on misplaced faith. So he looked each person in the eye, steady but silent, and handed them their severance paperwork. Some protested, confused. Others simply nodded, as if they too had sensed something was amiss. None of them received an explanation. Marcus gave none. He only knew that to rebuild, he had to start from zero. By noon, Lakeview Financial Tower's 8th floor was a ghost town. Desks abandoned, chairs askew, coffee still warm in half-finished mugs. Only Mia remained, still sitting by the window, still drawing. This time, her sketch had changed. The waves were calm, the clouds had parted. A small boat floated safely near the horizon. Marcus watched her silently, then turned toward the glass wall. Outside, Chicago was alive with motion, unaware of the war that had just been averted. He didn't ask how she knew. He didn't need to, because somewhere deep down, beneath the layers of logic and strategy, he understood that Mia saw things he couldn't. She had always been different, quieter, more watchful. While he operated in a world of noise and negotiations, she existed in silence, observing what others missed. Her presence had always been small in size, but in this moment, it had been the shield that saved everything he built. Sometimes empires are saved by a whisper, a soft voice that cuts through the clamor, clear and true. And sometimes that voice belongs to someone no one expects. What would you have done in Marcus's place? Would you have fired everyone too, or tried to find the mole? Please share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you would have done in his shoes. Also, please like this video for more such narratives.